was.
All right, Teeter, you're back up.
Number 8.
Yep.
I'm just going to go ahead and preface by saying that
You can get hatred?
you don't like this artist at all. You've already told me that, but I like Janice's version of Bobby McGee by Chris Christopherson.
Man, where's a trash can I could throw up in? Come on, man.
Janice was Janice.
Janice sucked.
I don't think so.
She did.
I had her
Yeah.
on here, and I crossed it out because I had to put something
That's
in.
okay. I get it. Janice didn't suck.
I had her on here, so I get it.
I was
What
Completely.
did she do? Like 2 albums, really?
Pearl, Big Brother Holding Company.
She died.
I know, but I'm saying like she doesn't even have like that much of a catalog to even like.
That doesn't matter.
Hendrix
Cliff
did
Burton
3
was
albums.
Cliff Burton was on 2 or 3 Metallica albums, and he's still
Yeah, but Metallica's awesome. Continue, but like Hendrix in Experience did 3 albums, and they did Band of Gypsies. Dude's got 4 albums.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with anything on it. Like they're all perfect, solid. That's what I'm saying. But like, what you can't say that about her.
I thought you were going to say something bad about Hendrix. Man, I was going to leave.
I mean, no,
I would have punched myself if I'd have said that. What are you talking about?
Janice was a fantastic singer. Janice was a fantastic singer. I mean,
The time on it.
I like.
Yeah.
I like that, and I like that.
And
version.
is it better or worse?
How much better? Chris Christopherson is an actor.
Don't you ever?
He's
a singer that turned into an actor.
But they let him in The Highwayman. He must have had some cash. Or
He's
something.
the best man in The Highwayman.
But so was Richard Harris.
Yeah, that's
You know
right.
what I mean?
I said that.
Name
Highwaymen.
Name the Highwaymen.
Highwaymen is what? Cash, Willie, him, and
Waylon.
Yeah, Waylon.
And you're telling
I was
me
getting to
Chris Christopherson's
only
better.
Waylon is better. Willie's dead last.
Guys, we'll see you next week.
Waylon is country music. Like he is my George Jones.
Dude, my
What was George Jones considered the king of country? What is his name? What's his?
The Possum.
No. That's no. Or no, George Strait. George Strait
George Strait
is the what? He's the
King of Country.
He's not the king of
Troubadour.
country because Waylon Jennings is the king of country.
Well, I don't think George is the king of country.
Look,
but
do you
you're
know how
wrong.
hard it is to smoke 6 packs of cigarettes a day?
Chris Christopherson is
That's a full-time job.
Yes.
He wrote one good song, and Janice made it popular.
That's
So-
that.
You can't even name 4 movies he was in.
You can't name 2 Chris Christopherson songs.
I don't need to.
I can name 2.
No.
He was in A Star Is Born, and he was in Big Top Pee Wee.
I said,
Boom.
all right.
Hit some.
My next one is probably one that no one's going to pick. It is Typo Negative's Seals and Croft cover, Summer Breeze.
Yeah.
Blowing through the jasmine of mine. I love Peter Steele. I lament the fact that he's dead because he was such a great talent. Got a couple Typo Negative tattoos. That's how much they mean to me. I just love how they turn everything they touch into this gothic, like, cathedral, like, dirge, and I love it. We got to see them.
We did.
With Sepultura and Ozzy, thankfully. And a dude that's 6'7", long dark hair, had vampire teeth put into his incisors, deep voice beyond the realms of death, just awesome, man. I love the fact they took such a cheesy song that I would never listen to in a million years, and I was between that and Cinnamon Girl, but I picked Summer Breeze.
That was my next question.
Yeah.
Is Cinnamon Girl in your
It's good, but it's not as high.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to pick 2 typos, so I think it's better than Seals and Croft.
Cool.
Obviously.
I like that song though. I need to hear that one. Typo Negative.
You ever heard it?
Summer Breeze. I have not.
Oh, good.
But I'm gonna have to listen to it now. So, number 8 for me. Was originally done by Thin Lizzy. You guys know where.
I swear if you pick my pick.
It's okay, man. We have
Yeah,
33 picks.
that is
That'll be
okay.
good.
But listening to, and Thin Lizzy had a good sound. I mean, they weren't anything.
Whoa, they were everything special. If that's what you were about to opposite say.
Well, okay.
Thin Lizzy should have been huge compared to what they are. But anyway.
But Metallica's version of Whiskey in the Jar.
Oh, you ruined this for me.
Is-
God.
Was that your pick?
No.
Oh.
No.
Is so
I like it.
much
Where is
better.
a trash can around
It's
here?
so much better.
Whiskey in the Jar is great.
It's fantastic.
Metallica's version of that
It's
is
such a.
You think Metallica's better version than that? Than Thin Lizzy's?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Phil Lynott just took a shit in his grave. That's what he did.
He might have.
God bless.
But that's
I
okay.
hope- I got
that's
higher
okay.
than that.
I gotta find this
I'm
picture.
not. I'm not getting away from it. So
No.
there it is.
He
Okay.
said, I'm not getting
So
away.
this is my 7. So this is where I had
Heartache.
Janice and Chris Christopherson, but I removed it to put this in.
Wow.
This might get some grief. This song was.
When you have to preface it with that, it's going to get
It's
grief.
not going to get grief.
This song was originally written by one of the top 3 to 5 most influential people in music history, for his band, The Family, a little side project.
Mm.
But he decided he wanted to give it to somebody else, and it was her one hit. And I heard it on the way down to the beach, and I sing along every time it comes on because it's such a gut-wrenching song. That's Nothing Compares to You by Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah.
It is
Well done,
fantastic.
well done.
Yeah.
And you know what sucks about it is it got so popular when we were kids and it came out. You heard it like ad
All the
infinitum,
time.
and it was like. But then when you go back later as an adult, and you listen to how beautiful a song it is, and you realize, dude, Prince wrote this, and I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Prince
It really
wrote
is a great
so
song.
many songs that
Yeah,
he
he
just gifted to people. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't even have time to do it. You take it.
Well, I think if they released everything that Prince touched, it would probably be like 700 albums worth of stuff.
Yeah,
Like that
honestly.
Paisley Park is just he like lived there. He died in the elevator. He was probably recording an album when he did it.
It was
but,
humming a tune.
Huh?
It was humming a tune.
Yeah. Right.
About Percocet.
About Vicodin and
Yeah.
opiates. All right. So is it better or worse? Well, yeah. I mean, it's got to be better, right?
It's better.
Okay.
It's
All right.
better. It's,
Is it my turn?
it's
The only
fantastic.
version I've heard of that song Prince do is a live one, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever
No,
heard
it was
it.
never released. He
yeah,
wrote
yeah,
it for
right,
the family
right.
and never got to it. And then he heard her voice and he's like, you know what? I want you to run with this and just see what happens.
She's like, I don't run.
He
I can't do
wrote
an
Monday
Irish
too.
accent. Really?
By Bengals.
Wrote Stand Back.
Yeah, Neil
Yes.
Diamond's like that a lot. You know, he wrote a lot of songs for people that you don't
did?
realize.
Yeah.
That, it was kind of like that. That became really big too.
So did Bob Dylan because he couldn't sing for shit.
My next one is Weezer's "Everybody Wants to Rule the World" off their recently 2019. Okay, first of all, you just said "Mad
I
World."
didn't say anything. I'm just laughing at John.
We'll just get to it a little bit, man.
Okay, first of all, when Weezer came out, wasn't a fan of the Sweater song, kind of corny. But then when Buddy Holly came out, I was like, okay, maybe there's something to this. And then you listen to the Blue Album, and it's just "My Name Is Jonas" and "In the Garage." There's just great song. And ever since then, Pinkerton, all their colored albums, I love them all. And they came out with this Teal album 2 years ago that's just nothing but covers.
Yep.
The album is so good, it makes you sing along to TLC Scrubs. Like they do Scrub, no Scrub.
I don't want
Right, okay. All right, that one. But they do Tears for Fears, Everybody Wants to Rule the World, and it's magical. It's just it's right there with it. I don't think it's
I
as
love it.
good because I think Songs from the Big Chair
Songs from the Big
is
Chair
one of the
is-
greatest
oh,
top 20
God.
albums of all
Yes.
time. But they do an awesome. And Rivers Cuomo, I saw him live a few years ago at the D-Pack, and the dude just can do nothing wrong in my book except the Sweater song.
Really?
So yeah,
That's
I love it.
Quick 30 seconds.
Go.
1,000.
Our house was broken
2-1.
into back when I was a sophomore in high school,
Okay.
my dad's house. And that was the song that was playing in the car when we pulled into the driveway, and I realized something was wrong.
They
The
hadn't
Sweater
released
song.
the album
The
yet.
Sweater song.
Oh, I thought you
Sweater
meant
song.
Weezer's cover.
You
of-
knew then
Yeah.
The Sweater
someone
song. I
had
knew something
invaded
was
your
wrong.
space.
And that was the song that was playing in the car.
So you don't like Weezer at all?
We'll get to that later.
Oh, it's on his up. Okay, I see what you're
We'll
doing
get
here.
to that later.
God, we're gonna fight later. We're gonna
told
move this
you.
table
I'm
so we'll
gonna-
have enough
I'm gonna
room
get-
to argue.
There's
I'm
no
gonna
fighting
get
in
some.
the love
I'm
room.
gonna get some.
There's
some
no
blowback.
sex in the champagne room either. Go
So
ahead.
Chris Rock said number 8.
Something like that.
No,
8. It's gotta be
no,
like
seven.
6 or
Seven.
7.
Number 7 is going to be "All on the Watchtower" by the Dave Matthews Band.
Ooh.
Written by Bob Dylan.
It might as well have been written by
I've
Jimi
seen
Hendrix.
Dave literally over 100 times in concert, and when they close with Watchtower, it's always a high energy show, and it's fantastic. It's
So they don't always close with it.
no,
I've seen them 3
and you
times.
see them close with it every time.
I don't remember. It was in college, so I don't remember.
No, they don't always close with it, but when they do, it's a good night. And I think it's much better. Anything's better than what Bob Dylan did. On
Oh,
the
yeah,
record.
Dylan sucks.
But,
That dude can kiss
I mean,
my ass.
He should have written songs and let
Yeah.
somebody else sing them. I mean, his voice is just so weird.
I told him the other day if Bob would have just wrote the songs and let Jacob sing them, it would have been okay.
Yeah, he is a
Jack's
yeah,
a
Yeah.
great singer. Yeah.
He's a great songwriter, quite
God,
frankly. I mean,
God,
yeah.
Dylan sucks.
I got all his
man.
albums. I have every one of his albums. I do on vinyl. And
the Wallflowers or Bob Dylan?
Bob Dylan and probably the Wallflowers too. To be honest with you. But
Okay.
yeah, that's it. Dave Matthews Band covering all on the Watchtower. The first time I heard it was on the recently EP. It's great, much better.
Yeah,
than
recently EP's really good.
Yeah, it is.
That's got Halloween on it.
It
I like
does.
that song a
It
lot.
does. It's
All right,
good.
do one more.
All right, so this is number 6, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Number 6 is going to be Johnny Cash's cover of Nine Inch
Hurt.
Nails' "Hurt."
Mm.
Yep.
It's haunting. It's
Yeah.
great. He changed the lyric. That's okay, but it's still a great cover. The Nine Inch Nails version, I've seen Nine Inch Nails a ton in concert, and they close every show with "Hurt." It's perfect. So it's not better than Nine Inch Nails, in my opinion, But it's a great cover. It's a great cover.
You know what Trent Reznor said when he heard
dying
it?
at the time.
Yeah.
When he released
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
you know?
What did Trent say?
He said that he was kind of hesitant to let him touch that song because he just thought it'd be kind of chintzy or weird for somebody like Johnny Cash to do it. And then he does it, and then he's like, it was like somebody stole my girlfriend because that was no longer my song. Like
Well,
that was good.
that is cool.
That's a pretty cool thing.
It's
to
a
say.
great tune. One of my top 10 favorite live concert moments I got to witness was Trent and David Bowie singing "Hurt" together at Walnut Creek.
That's cool.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty neat. But Johnny Cash's cover of "Hurt," it's pretty flawless. But to me, the original is better.
Okay. My next one is by a very unknown band called Ra, R-A. And they've only put out like 5 or 6 albums. It's just a really good. I think I found them on Pandora, and I was like, "What is this?" And I was like, I bought all their stuff, and I love it. On their second album, which I think is Duality or something like that, they do a cover of The Police's "Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic," and it's just awesome. It's
Ra.
Yeah, it's never gonna be as good as The Police, but they do it's a metal version of it, but it's not a metal version of it. But it's got distortion and all. It's not what Andy Summers would have played, but it's a great version. And the dude that he's like half Puerto Rican and half like Russian Jewish or something like that, and he's got this just amazing voice and can sing like he's got several octave voice. And then they just do a great cover of it. I don't think it's as good as the original, but it's very stellar.
Very cool. Can I make a quick note?
Of course.
When you say, this is one thing I really respect about you. When you say I bought all their albums, what he's saying is when he hears a song on Pandora or on Apple Music, this is one of the last people on the planet that goes and buys literally all their albums.
Yeah, I own CDs. I still buy CDs. I recently bought everything that Rammstein did. Because I heard a song. I'm like, I think I could dig this, people. And
Tony will call me and say, "Have you heard this album?" And I'll say no. And then 3 days later, it comes via Amazon into my mailbox that he sends to me. So he's supporting artists.
I love CDs.
It's great. Carry on.
It's very tactile, you know. You gotta own it. You gotta hold it.
I'll do 6 real quick so we can wrap this one up. Number 6 for me is "Hallelujah" by Jeff Buckley. It is masterfully done.
It doesn't make up for your lack of Weezerness, but
it's cool. But the first time I ever heard that, the crazy thing about it is the first time I heard the version similar to Buckley's, they had something on American Idol. And this is when I was big and watching American Idol, and somebody had done it. I think it was Jason Castro, as a matter of fact. And I was like, God, that's a
He had long hair.
Yeah,
it was good. I
dread it up, and I was like, God, that's a good song. And then I went and it was Jeff Buckley's cover that they were doing. I was like, I got to pull this up. So I pulled it up and I listened to it, and it gave me chills.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The story that he tells during the entire song, it would just, it'll blow your mind. And you listen to Leonard Cohen, it's so boring. I mean, it's horrible.
Like the bones are there, but he took it and said, watch this.
I'm going to put underpinning on this instead of bricks. It's like, no, dude, dress this thing up and make it good. And Jeff Buckley did exactly that. So I mirror everything and echo everything.
And so better than Leonard, obviously.
Absolutely.
All right,
absolutely.
Teeter, you want to push pause and go to the next one? Take us out with a little Hurricane by Bob Dylan.
To all the white folks, he was just crazy.